Hey, it's Gina. It's day 26 today and it's Friday. So I'm doing a little juicing and I wanted to share with you what I'm juicing. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a kitchen glove. I started wearing these gloves when I juice because I'm doing a lot of washing the produce and a lot of chopping, and sometimes with fruit, your hands get sticky and my hands just take a beating, and it's so dry here in Phoenix that the washing just makes it even worse. The water makes it worse. So I'm just kind of protecting my skin a little bit and my nails from the constant water. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm juicing today. So I'm juicing watermelon today. I don't do this too often, and honestly, I try and find organic watermelons. You can see from the shape that it's a small one. Watermelons produce a lot of juice because it has such a high water content. So I had learned my lesson the first time I juiced watermelon to not get. I didn't even get a big one. It was like a medium-sized one, but this is just a small round one. So this is not organic. Sprouts didn't have any organic watermelons, and so I washed the rind out really good in the sink with I have some Thieves. It's like a fruit and vegetable spray or soak, and then I cut it in half, and so I'm only going to be juicing one half with the rind and one half without the rind. The rind, as I've learned or heard, the rind of the watermelon contains a lot of nutrients, and so if you can juice the rind, but obviously they recommend more organic. So that's what I'm juicing right now. I love my Omega juicer. This is the VSJ. I can't even remember the numbers after it, but it's their vertical slow masticating juicer. I have this chute here. As you can see, this sort of like ugly sticker that doesn't really come off. It's like a warning label. This is actually supposed to reverse on the back side. And so, but the chute is closer to me and my chopping, and if I'm going to be standing here for an hour and a half to 2 hours juicing and cleaning, then I need to like save my back a little bit. So I noticed that this isn't as far of a reach compared to maybe the back of the unit. So that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm actually drinking my celery juice. I just finished this and I love it. I really do love it. I'm not going to take my gloves off until I finish, so I need to finish this little video up and get back to juicing. Anyway, I just wanted to give a little bit of an update. I have been sort of tormented is the wrong word. That's very dramatic. But I have sort of been challenged by the fact that 30 days will be next Tuesday. Today's Friday. And a small part of me wants to transition back to solid foods. And I really had to challenge myself on why I want to do that. And I think maybe it's just because I miss eating food and I miss being a part of family gatherings and eating food. Although they aren't eating the right foods for what I need right now. Anyway, my brother's birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and there's a Japanese festival here in Phoenix that I want to take my niece to. She's 13 years old, and I don't want to miss out on those eating opportunities. I mean, gosh, eating is such a big part of my family, my heritage, my culture, Mexican food. And although we don't eat Mexican food all the time, usually for special occasions like birthdays, we do. So, aside from that, though, I've had to really challenge myself to think, okay, other than missing food in sort of family gatherings and being a part of that, I've really challenged myself to think about what are the benefits I've received in doing this juice feasting the last month. And, I feel like I'm doing something really good for my body. I'm trying to break that addiction to eating the wrong foods, convenience foods, fast food. I don't even know the last time I really cooked a meal in my home. I do it very, very sparingly. I'm single, and so it's just me to cook for, and it gets a little lonely, or it's just not as fun, or you don't have someone to help you. I'm the cook and the cleaner, or the dishwasher, I should say. Although the dishwasher does the job for me. So anyway, I'm kind of just rambling on here. I've had more energy. There's like I've mentioned this before, but there's like a bounce to my step or a pep to my step. I feel more energetic. I feel like I'm experiencing less pain in my legs and my feet. And I just feel good about what I'm doing, and so I went and saw my chiropractor on Wednesday. I see her every other week, and she knows all about what I'm doing. And she had given me some blood work a few months ago, and I have high inflammation. I know I'm low on vitamin D, which is not uncommon for Americans, and I think it's mostly due to our diet. And you'd think I'd have great levels of vitamin D, considering I live in Phoenix, where there's sunshine 300 days out of the year, or something like that. Anyway, in talking with her, she's kind of like a holistic doctor. She's not your traditional chiropractor, and she does some muscle testing on me. And I know this is going to sound crazy, and I told her all about like sort of my dilemma right now and making a decision, a choice, and anyway, so she was kind of reading my body through the muscle testing, and what she understood is that my body, I know that sounds kooky, but my body has said that to continue juicing for another 10 weeks. And she's like, before she told me, she's like, I know this is going to sound crazy. And yeah, it does sound crazy, but not so crazy, not so absurd, because there's a lot of people in the juicing community that do these extended juice feasts. And there's a lot of people raving the successes and the benefits and the healing that they get from this. And so it's very daunting right now to think about another 10 weeks when I'm just finishing up the 4th week. And so I'm going to try not to think about that. So 10 weeks out would be, I think, about mid-April, just at the end of Lent and right before Easter. And so I'm going to try not to think about that. I think what would be good is for me to continue to listen to my body and how I feel. And I also, the next time I want to see my chiropractor, I'm going to ask her to get some new blood work done, just to kind of monitor how things are going in my body, and that there's nothing that's creeping up that maybe I'm deficient in. And so I think that's a good idea. I think that if you watch documentaries like Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, I think that's what it's called. I think the guy, his name is Joe. He did this extended juice feast. I want to say it was 120 days, and he was monitored by doctors, and he got blood work done, and so I think that's really important to do. So I'm just going to continue taking it week by week. I think that I can be committed and say I'm committed once I finish next week, that I'm on to like month 2. I'm on to month 2. So I think this is exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. And I'm slowly, well, I wouldn't even say slowly. I told another friend of mine about this. She wanted to meet up for a beer. And I really want to see her and hang out. But, so I had to tell her, like, hey, I'm on a new health kick, and I'm not eating right now, and I'm not drinking, and I'm juicing. And so anyway, we're planning on going for a walk next weekend. She has not met my dog yet, so I think this will be good. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep on juicing and finish my celery juice. Talk to you later.